lady?
We have no idea if these are late.
Hello everybody, and welcome once again to the Apex Online Racing PC Split 1 Championship. And it has been 2 weeks since the last race, and we're back with a classic one. It is the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. And first and foremost, a happy Father's Day to all the fathers out across the world right now, so props to you all. And my name is Ryan L83, otherwise known as Ryan Littlemore, and joining me once again is my right-hand man, of course. It is Chris, otherwise known as King Kodiak. Kodiak, welcome back. It's been quite a while.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. It has been a while. It's been too long. But here we are at the wonderful track of Silverstone. It is going to be cloudy throughout, so we're not going to be seeing any wet weather. And we already have 10 out on track, getting out there pretty damn early, interestingly. Indeed. So, yeah, looking forward to this. I sort of say that every week, but I do. I look forward to commentating in the best of times. But Silverstone, my home circuit, well, our home circuit. And, yeah, love this circuit. Love commentating on this one.
Indeed. And joining us once again is our finished version of Ted Kravitz, former PC Split 1 champion. Marco FD is joining us once again. Marco, great to see you as always, my friend.
Hello, Ryan, and hello, Chris. Very good to be here.
Hello, Marco.
Always. So, yeah, 2 weeks, as you said. I actually missed kind of commentating last week with you guys.
Well, if I'm honest, I would rather commentate than watch last week's Canadian Grand Prix. So, you know, it was a bit boring, but apart from the Ricciardo, Perez, Ocon, Vettel battle, which is, we'll say.
Yeah, agreed.
And seeing Alonso
like Chris said, the strategy should be straightforward tonight because it's dry for the whole race. So, my, let's say, optimal strategy prediction is medium and then prime, and then pit around, let's say, lap 11. Is the ideal strategy. Anyone that starts on soft will be pretty much screwed.
They are, well, indeed. But we have some new faces and this week. One of them, if he's in here tonight, I'm not sure if he is, but if he is, he's not here actually. But Andre,
I'm not sure you're meaning.
Andre was supposed to be in. He was a former driver in Split 1, but he was apparently coming back, but he's not here this week, so may have had some technical calamities. Also, Saf is not here this week as well, which we have no idea about, of course, so we'll hopefully clear up there for you guys next week on there. But practically nearly a full grid as well this week, which is great. And after last time out in Austria, the championship is getting very interesting, I've got to say. So all bets are on right now for the second half of the season right now. So on board with Nick B, currently coming into the old turn 1 of Cops in the Ferrari, driving as Vettel. Of course, these drivers are running as the normal F1 drivers because it prevents the FPS glitch if the drivers were running with career mode drivers. So that's why you see all the drivers with real life ones as well. So, for example, Nick B, as you see here, having a lovely drift through Beckett, is driving as Vettel, of course. And he's a 1 minute 5.4, which is actually a pretty quick middle sector, I've got to say, overall. So, Marco, what are we going to see about times this evening in dry conditions here?
Good question. Considering if you want to start on mediums, then the time that the guy that's just gone on pole, it's very close to the ideal medium time, but obviously on the softs you can go pretty much 9/10 quicker than that even. So.
On there as we speak, Max is currently the fastest man on the track, and Fizzy slips himself into second place on the medium tyre with a 30.8. Yeah. So good time there from Fizzy.
I'd say 29.9 is possible on the softs as well, Ryan, I'd say.
We'll have to wait and see how that pans out.
On my screen, Fizzy's managed to do a lap time of 5.694.
Oh, that is brilliant. Fair play, Fizzy.
And he's third, which is scary.
That is very weird there. On board with RBK, who I've got to say, if you guys would agree on this, has impressed a lot so far in his 2 races he's done so far, and 2 podiums as well. Yeah. So maybe he could get a win today, maybe, and move up from the podium third place he's always been in. So he has impressed me, and he could be a definite champion in the future in AOR. I think he came a little bit too late to challenge for the. Well, you never know what happened. We see Ycoms obviously coming in, and he's in the championship fight as well. But here he comes then, and it's not the best lap from him there. A 32.2 puts him only P8 currently in qualifying. And there's a lot of RBK fans in the chat once again. They've all coming out again and supporting his man. So hopefully he brings it home for you guys in the chat. So on board.
Frank Droz on my side has cited Papa for the win, and he's clarified that he's not a girl. Thanks for that, Franco.
Yep.
And
I'm actually on board with him, actually, Papa. So he's coming to the last corner and then driving as probably the greatest British driver currently on the grid, Jodian Palmer.
Cough, cough.
Cough, cough. Put that with a pinch of salt.
And he's eighth position on the mediums.
Not bad. Not a bad time there. Who else? Nooker's coming out again on medium tyres. Nick B down in 12th place. He hasn't done well in qualifying, has he, Nick B, this season? But he brings it out in the race, so maybe it's a strategy call. Maybe he's going to try and just see what the softs are like on race pace. Maybe he's running lean mix. We don't know what these guys are doing right now. Just so they get a bit of a feel for what the tyre could be like in the race, and then they go out a second time and a third time with like full quali fuel and absolutely go for it right now. And apparently Michael's put in the chat that he did a lap of Silverstone in 0.99 seconds once. He was drunk, apparently, so that's impressive. Fair play. Fair play to you, sir. If you've got video proof of that, I would love to see that, how that is. And Kalon comes in P7 with a 1:31.7, and Berg von Trips is out of the pits on soft tyres. And he's only in 8th place as well, so a lot of these guys, these big guys, not really doing well in qualifying today.
But also, if they're avoiding the soft tyres, they could be just getting their side to lap, confirming where the braking points are, and then they're going to go gung for leather, hell for leather on those medium tyres, if that is the optimal tyre to start on. So we could be seeing some tactical play at this point in time. We're only just approaching the halfway point in the quali now, so still plenty of time for people to figure out how they want to approach this, but the timings are fairly close together. Again, only getting for the top 10 within 2 seconds. Pretty close between Nicky and Max FC, but we have not seen people's optimum laps by any stretch.
Yep, on board with Fab Racer, as I believe he's about to start a lap. He was been very cautious on this outlap here, driving as the great Fernando Alonso, of course, who has been speculating around in the media that he may be leaving Formula 1 at the end of the season and not actually joining another team, so because of his concerns about the McLaren program. But apparently they maybe go to Mercedes engines next season, so that will be interesting to see if McLaren do go back to them, and losing obviously £70 million apparently. So as he actually does move up to P5 actually. So thank you very much, Chris, for letting me know about that.
Just confirm something for me if you wouldn't mind, Ryan. I'm on board with Fab at the moment, and when he's on the gas, his revs are at the absolute top the whole way. Is he getting the same?
That's not really the best thing to do. You want to aim for around about 11,500 RPM and then shift up. I had this experience in my few career mode videos over the time, and a lot of people were suggesting don't do that. You just over-rev and you'll burn the engine, and the temps will rise up and you lose power. So not the good strategy that from Fab Racer, but maybe it's just for qualifying purposes, just gets much from the revs maybe. We have to wait and see in the Grand Prix how he pans out there, but he's going through cops, and
so
obviously
that's not a glitch then. He's doing that on purpose, just keeping the engine at absolute full revs the whole time.
Yeah, I think he's running high revs, but we'll have to wait and see. But good lap this one here from Fab Race. He's taking it very clean through Mangas and Beckett. A 105.4 middle sector, not too shabby, but it's this key final sector is the one to get right. Coming into Stowe, he just breaks at the 50-meter board and absolutely nails the apex. A little bit of oversteer, but he's fine. And he comes into the final 2 corners then, or 3 corners actually, if you count this as a double right-hander, but I class it as 2 corners, but we'll see.
Well, technically there's
he's backed out of it there. He's going very slowly across the line. Maybe this is a tactic, maybe. Qualify outside the top 10.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. But I want to
yeah, could be, but it's risky.
It is risky.
There we go. He's now returning back to normal rev, so to speak.
Yeah. Just want to give a quick shout out to Codemasters who have just retweeted the broadcast. So thank you very much, Cody's. To Jenny, Lee, and all them who have obviously released F1 2017 stuff last week at E3. It looks absolutely fantastic. So looking forward to playing the game in August. So props to you guys for retweeting the broadcast tonight. Do appreciate it as always.
RBK has fastest times in sectors 1 and 2, and he's in 12th. Now he's come out of the medium tyres. Now again, I wonder if this is the tactical play to try and get the side to laps on the soft tyres and then get the proper lap done on the mediums to start on those white mark tyres. And the reason why Nick B, even though he's got 1:30.2, it's an invalid lap. So that's why he's down in 13th.
Yeah, I think he could be playing a tactical game here of just making people concerned that RBK could be up there fighting for the pole here. And it's good for him as well. Maybe he's just getting a feel for the soft tyres, as I mentioned earlier, for the race, maybe later on. But as Marco mentioned, if these guys start on the mediums, they will want to do the one-stop strategy and run the hard tyres around here. So he's warming his tyres up, going through cops there, just getting a nice feel for the car. But I think the overcast conditions will help those runners on the medium tyres as it's cooler. And this track is very high on tyre wear as well on the soft tyre, as I think some people can pit as early as lap 4, lap 5 from previous experiences. So I think the medium's probably the best race tyre to be on in this Grand Prix, but we'll see as he's just warming up there with a 3-minute 25 lap so far, so it's a good time there. Props for him. We'll head back to him in a minute, as our current pole man is ex-LNC Afro in the McLaren, driving as JB, and he is just coming up to Woodcote Corner, where I'm actually sitting this year in the Grand Prix, so if anyone's going there, let me know.
Oh, happy days.
So
he's backed out of that.
Oh, he's backed out of it there. So as we watch Nicky then, who's in P2 actually in the banana car, and good to see the banana up at the front of the field, of course, where it should be really, realistically, because I did like Renault in my daytime before they went down the toilet, unfortunately. Driving as Kevin Magnussen. And what times do you have to do to be a decent league racer at Silverstone? I'll probably say car racer, around, if you can get somewhere like the low 32s maybe, that's looking at maybe split 3 territory, I believe. But the fast guys will probably be aiming for, well, as you see that Afro's on a 29.9, so I think
that's already the projected time I said, so he might be even faster.
Nicky's in the pits, so just trying to find people on laps is proving to be difficult there tonight, Chris. So I don't know if you're feeling the same moment as well, but here comes Slick then.
Fizzy's just come in.
Slick's up to P6 on the medium tyre, so 31 flat's not bad. And I think he's going to retire because he's ghosting right now, so I'm just going to move away from him in case we can...
Papa Socrates is on a time... Oh, he's gone a little bit too deep.
He's backed out of it.
He sat at 28.8 first sector, and I think, he went too deep at, I think it was Village and Loop, I think it was.
Yeah. RBK's about to finish a lap. He's down in 13th, locks the front left tyre as he's driving as Kvyat, and comes in to Club. And is this going to move him up the field? He looked pretty quick on those soft tyres and moves up to P3 on a 1:30.3, and he's the fastest man on the medium tyre by around about half a second. So that's pretty impressive. Berg's up in P4.
Mediums, really?
Our mediums.
Yeah, our mediums.
That's very good. That's impressive from RPK. So I think he'll be delighted with that time. Berg in P4 on the soft tyre. Then we've got Max in P5, as I think he's just starting an outlap. Slick is... I don't know where he is, actually.
He's on a flying lap. He's coming through. Is that Magas Beckett? Yep, I think he's coming through. So he's just gone onto the hanger straight.
Just got a question in the chat. Tesmas wants to know, when did Kimi leave F1 to commentate on AOR?
Another Kimi comment.
We're going to get this all season, which is great, as Slick comes into the pits. I don't think he's going to get a lap in here. I don't think he's going to have enough time to get around, because we know Silverstone is one of the longest pit lanes on the calendar. So, and it doesn't help with 30 miles an hour as well, pit lane speed limit, and that does not help at all. But Wycombe's making his first appearance onto the track in qualifying on the medium tyre.
That late?
He's left it late, hasn't he?
First and only, probably.
Fab Race has just started a lap as well as Fernando Alonso.
So I'm going to keep an eye on Wycombe's here, because I think he could be the one to watch here. I think he could be the fastest man on the mediums, but RBK did set a good benchmark time there with a low 30, so we shall see how this goes out. But just want to clarify in the chat as well from the car guy's question. The times that I mentioned were really for the PC side of things, as the consoles are around about a second or so quicker than us, so just might put that in mind. So if you're thinking of the times that I've said,
it's not because they're faster drivers, it's because the game is faster.
The game is faster. There you go. From Marco FD are on there. So Wycombe's then starts a lap of Silverstone. We'll take you through it here as he goes through Abbey completely flat in 8th gear as he's coming up toward, he goes through Farm Corner into the loop section, locks the front right tyre but hits the apex absolutely beautifully as he comes in onto the Wellington straight, where you've got to get easy on power then. He short shifts up the 4th there just to help the rear traction there. Comes up to the first of the 2 DRS activated zones around this track. Comes down towards back to the old layout then. of Brooklyn's corner. It's a 27.6 first sector. It's not a bad first sector, actually, coming into the old final corner then and onto the old pit straight. And he has to get this absolutely spot on. He can take different lines through the corner, but the exit is key. Completely flat now towards Cop's corner. Just a slight lift here down to 7th gear. I think he will do. He does indeed. And he's back on the power then as he's coming up to probably one of the famous corners and probably my favourite one on the track is Maggots and Beckett's. He's going to take first part flat, drops a couple of gears down to 5th and again for 4th and will short shift to 5th and coming on to the hangar straight then. It's going to be a pretty good time. 105.3 so far, not bad, using the second DRS activated zone. Coming up towards, coming up with the corners, is Stowe corner now. Drops it a couple of gears, takes it beautifully as well, just missing the apex just by a small amount there. Coming into the final couple of corners, then he's going to be braking just after that 100-meter board. Locks it up there, gets it planted as well, and he's coming up to the line. And is this going to be close to RBK's time? It is in. No, he's not actually. I think it's P5,
Fifth.
So he's 5th, and he's actually ahead of RBK actually by not much actually, by about 8/100ths of a second. So very close.
Also ahead by Max.
Very, very close.
Yeah. Afro's still got the pole time. But Afro's still the only sub 130, but he's done that on the soft tyres. So,
yeah,
what have you
only 4/10 off Afro, and that's a tyre dip as well.
Fizzy's about to start a lap, I believe, on board with the legend himself, and he's off then on his merry ways on the soft tyres then, driving as the Lord and Saviour Ria Haryanto right now. And, of course, we all love Haryanto, don't we, guys? Come on. He is the god right there. He should be back in F1. Excuse me, as I've just had a moment there. But, yeah, he's looking pretty good, Fizzy. He did compete last week in a 24-hour race at Le Mans, so, and the team did pretty well, so congratulations to them for actually surviving. So, I couldn't survive.
Bergen's finished qualifying in 2nd behind Afro.
Afro's on the lap, actually. I've got a beautiful shot here of the front wing camera as he's coming up then down the old pit straight towards Cops right now as it just changes right now. It's a beautiful camera, as I've got to say, for Silverstone. Absolutely fantastic job by Cody's with the spectator cams this year on the game. Hopefully we can see some even better ones for the next season's AOR, of course. So, Cody's, if you're watching this, make sure you do that for us. It'd be great.
We want control over the heli cam.
Yeah, we want that, of course, and it would be nice to have like what the F1 things, obviously, because we've got the F1 intro actually. If you guys don't know, in the game, you know, when they play in real life before it comes up with Crofty talking, they've got that in, so you never know. We may get some graphics, you never know. But here comes Afro then. We don't know if he's going to improve or not because he is currently the ban on pole, so we'll have to wait and see if he does improve his 29.8, and we don't know. If he said that, but it looked a pretty good time there from Afro, so we will wait and see.
He didn't improve. I was watching Nicky cross the line, and the gap didn't improve. However, Nicky was demoted at the last moment.
Chicane coming across the line. He improves to P13, so not a bad time there from Chicane. Probably Mr. Consistent, I've got to say. So,
Fab and Steffens, huh?
Kalon's in the pits. Fab Racer's in the pits as well. Kalon's in, and I think that was qualifying.
That's it. That is it.
Yep.
So, fair play.
5 off runners and then probably the race winners behind them.
So, interesting qualifying session, I've got to say. Top 4, obviously, or top 5 are all on the set of the soft tyre. And then we've got the likes of Ycoms and RBK on the mediums as well. So, they'll obviously go for that one-stop strategy tonight. And the rest of the field will probably do 2 stops. So, they've got to play this absolutely perfectly tonight.
I'm surprised that there's so many 2-stoppers because the 1-stop is clearly the fastest one. Can you, by the way, a couple of drivers are using their custom names because I see them on the garage. So
I had to laugh then because the Ferrari crew were just putting Kalon's car onto the trolley and then the car vanished. So they literally pushed air back into the garage. That's all I was saying. So we're just waiting for Fab Racer then to retire from the session, and there he goes. So Afro taking the pole then for McLaren. He was slick. Took the 2nd spot. Good job from 2 drivers. 7,000ths of a second slower than Afro. Brilliant stuff. Berg 3, Fugataro 4th. Boy, he was lucky because he was down with a disqualified time in 17th at one point. And Nicky 5, Ycom 6th, the fastest of the medium runners. Fab Racer 7, Max OC 8. RBK 9, Papa Socrates 10, Fizzy 11, Nick B 12, Chicane 13, Nooker 14, Maffers 15, Kalon 16, and that is all of your runners. Kalon down at 16th. Goodness me.
Pretty close field though. 1.8 seconds covers the entire field, so that's pretty good, I've got to say. So just want to quickly just say, if you're new to these broadcasts, we have to back out of the game just so we're not part of the actual races like solid cars. So we've got to wait until they're on the formation lap, and then we can join back in again. And our cars will be on the grid, but they'll be ghosted, so we won't have any calamities in the race, of course. So we're just going to wait for that.
Kalon was trying to get a time for P11. That's how he's ended up 16th. He was purposely not pushing. So he was trying tactics. So the fact that he did do that time on the softs is completely irrelevant if he chooses to start on something else.
Fair play to him. I've got to say props to him for the strategy call there. But who do you guys think's going to win the race? Let us know in the chat right now on both the Twitch side, on Chris's side, and obviously on the YouTube chat as well. And it should be quite exciting to see how that pans out. But obviously, we're going to briefly talk while we're waiting to come back into the game. Obviously, the new game. What do you guys think to it so far from what you've seen, of course?
I haven't seen anything, as I purposely didn't sign up to the beta, so I am without knowledge.
Have you not seen any E3 footage at all, or?
I haven't. Unfortunately, I've been very, very busy. I have not had a chance to. I did intend to, but sadly, I've been a little bit busy with commentary duties here, there, and everywhere. So,
fair play.
Sadly, haven't had a chance.
Marco, I think you've got the beta, haven't you? Obviously, we can't say anything, but
I do have the beta, but yeah, there's certain things you can't say because you signed for something. But E3 wise, yeah, that new Red Bull looked fun to drive. Like
I can't wait to drive that. I tell you, I've got some ideas in my mind right now for what I could do, but like a season of Make Mark Webber World Champion possibly down the line.
Yeah, it would be nice if you can like have car skins from every team.
That would be quite impressive. I've got to say.
Have a nice championship.
Are we back in the session, everyone? I know I am.
If you are, then I will jump back in.
I'm just waiting to see if we're on the formation app or not. I'm not taking risks just yet, of course, so we don't be on the grid, of course, so...
I wonder if I've jumped in too quick. Oh no, formation lap is underway. So
we're going to join back in now?
You are good to come back in, yeah. Afro, I thought Afro... Mother blimey, the front of the grid has spread out a bit. Afro's just run off.
Oh, we know.
From the...
Oh, we know what's going on. Afro's he's eager. He's eager to start this race. We see him from every pole man in the last few races that they all like to go a lot early. So
I understand if it's wet that you want to try and know where the grip is, but in the dry it makes no sense.
It does indeed.
How badly do the tyres cool down? If you're obviously the pole man is the one that sits in his position the longest. How badly does it affect it?
I'm not sure. I have a feeling it's not even useful. This formation lap is like a mini game. Because it goes to a black screen, so it's not seamless.
But just want to quickly say to everyone, Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there around the world. So hope you all had a great day today and had a nice pint of beer or whatever you do today. So hopefully we may have some fathers in the race today. So you never know, they could win a race and end their day on a high.
I think Nuka is a papa.
He may be.
Yeah.
So,
I know he is.
Just waiting for the last few drivers making their way.
Interesting. Mathis and Kalon have opted to start on the hards, 15th and 16th. Nooker in 14th on the softs.
Interesting. As I think everyone is now ready onto the grid then. So here we go then. Here at Silverstone, the lights are now on for the round 8 of AOR. PC Split 1, the lights are out. And away we go. And it's a bit of a poor start actually from all the field actually. Bit of a delay there.
Yeah, I think one of the banana cars, I think it might be Papa Socrates, is falling back.
Two Mercedes going side by side, and I think that could be Berg putting off a brilliant move at turn 1. Moves him up to second place as they all head in towards the loop section then, the arena part of this circuit. Everyone's got through clean.
Fugataro getting that third position from Slick. Slick's falling through the field as Max has now taken 4th. Slick is, after a great start, great qualifying, to get second. He's now down in 5th already.
Got McLaren going down now, down the inside. He could be making 2 positions, and I think that could... I don't know who it is, actually.
It's Fab Racer.
Fab Racer's doing a good job there. I'm going to right. Where are they? I can't find them all today. I don't know what's going on with me today. There we go. And there's been nearly some contact there between him and the Renault right there. But all these all keeping single file then, which is good to see, of course. And our guys doing a nice little battle behind there. Our ghost cars. So
Nick B! Nick B spun it!
Fab
he
Racer
ghosted just at the right moment there. That could have been terrible.
Fab Racer doesn't have any damage, so he's got away with that there. As the
Chicane's also fallen to the field. Chicane's behind us.
Oh wow, maybe he's just taking it easy to start with there, but
or something.
Oh, what a start that is! What a mad start to this Grand Prix. Already as Nooker's going down the inside of Papa, moves up to P8. Then good little clean move there as we go on board with the Red Bull driver. Then he's coming towards the end of the first lap. He's defending actually from Papa. Took a little bit of a too much deep line there. And he's got the position held, so he's done well as Afro leads this Grand Prix then after the first lap. A chaotic first lap here, but it's a good little battle there. I've got to say, Berg's move, props to him. That's a risky move at Abbey, but he just got it done. And Slick really the loser out of everyone in this race so far, dropping from what, second on the grid, and he's down the order. I don't know, he's down in fifth place, so not the start that Mercedes driver needs right now. Right, and he's actually got Wycombs right on his back, who was on the medium tyres. So these soft runners have to get a move on right now. Otherwise, they're going to be behind these guys on the medium runners down the line. So we'll wait and see as Slick loses the back end and runs a little bit wide right there. But he holds on to his position right there. But Slick needs to get a move on.
So Wycombs really keeping the pressure on Slick then. He's had a terrible start, as we know. But Wycombs can't rest easy as... Fugataro's up to third position. That wasn't the car I was actually aiming for. I was aiming for the one behind Wycombs, which is
the leader.
We'll go on board then with Berg in the cockpit cam. So first time in the broadcast, we're going to show you the cockpit cam right there. So he's got a lovely bit of slipstream then on our race leader here, Afro, in the McLaren Honda. Then look at the speed difference slipstream has ran. He's going to go down the inside, but backs out a bit there. And Afro holds on to the lead for the time being as he has a little bit of a moment out of Stowe corner. And Berg is getting very feisty, as we saw him last time in Austria, trying to make his way up through the field after, I don't know, not really had a good race to start with, and then he just came through and won the race. So he's done pretty well there. As lots of people saying fastest laps right now, so Nooker gets it with a 33.3. And I am correct if he did win last week, didn't he? Last time. Did Berg. Just so I don't get it wrong in the chat.
Berg.
Yeah, Berg.
No, Berg retired.
Austria.
Berg.
I thought Berg. Who retired then? Who the lead three?
Saf retired. I know that.
Yeah.
He crashed, didn't he?
Was it Nick that?
It was Nick, I
retired?
think. Yeah, it was Nick.
Nick's gone as well.
Just quickly say as well, DRS has been enabled, so everyone who's a second behind the car, well, ahead of them, they get DRS in 2 activation points if you guys are new to Formula 1 for the first time. So you may see it happening at the Hangar Straight and the Wellington Straight tonight with this one. So I've got to say, Fukutaro's did a good job in P3 for Haas. So good job there. As I think
he had a belting start. He worked his way up to third position. That was demoting Slick from that potential podium spot at the time. And Berg really maintaining that pressure on Afro. The DRS really going to go for it now.
He's going to get the job done, though, easily with DRS here. All Afro can do is defend. That was close. Bit naughty there from Afro, I've got to say. A bit of a late defensive move there, but I think Berg's going to be very not happy with that. And we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, these drivers can do one defensive line, but I think that he should have done that a little bit earlier. So I think Berg needs to know about that and the defensive lines of Afro. So he's going to have to try and outsmart him in this one, but we know the slipstream around here is OP, so we'll wait and see if Berg can get through as he locks up there. Just went a little bit too deep, but holds the line nicely. As you got to say as well, Fukutaro is actually catching up to these guys, him and Max, so we're coming in for a 4-way scrap here. And I've got to say, the only Max is...
Slick's now down to 7th. His race is getting worse as Nooker's gone past him. Wycomb's up to 5th position. As he's just trying to move on the Red Bull.
Got a battle going on. Nooker's trying to defend from Slick, actually, and he's done well. And I think that's
the better tyres.
RBK trying to go around the outside of Slick, but gets a good exit out of that corner, the old final corner. He's going to have a nice run here through Woodcut, and he's going to try and get it done at Cop's corner. If he pulls this off around the outside, I will be amazed, but I think he's going to back out of and just follow Slick for the time being. And we may see some of these guys on the soft tyre pit in the next couple of laps, of course, and try and get some clean air. So it could possibly work the 2-stop, as I know Marco mentioned that 1-stop is the ideal strategy around here. So we'll see if 2-stop works for these guys.
Lucas started on the 14th place. He's now in 6th, so his softs are fresh, so he might try.
Berg's dived on the inside to cut you off, Jen. Berg's dived on the inside of Afro. He's at Stowe, and he's taken the lead.
He might go on the hard tires, like from the soft to the hard, because his softs are fresher, so he could go a little longer.
Oh, Afro back end slides out there massively. Well, Berg, if he wants to win this race, now he's got past Afro as Wycombs now sets the fastest lap of 32.9. He's got to go for it now. Obviously, we know Wycombs will be 1-stopping onto the hard tyres. Berg's got to put out a brilliant strategy to win this Grand Prix tonight. And he hasn't got the gap he needs right now to Wycombs, which is at the minute just shy of 2 seconds right now.
Now, Will Fugataro managed to make a move on Afro. Afro's got DRS off the back of Berg. It's going to be business as usual heading through Brooklands. But Fugataro now is the one piling the pressure on the McLaren as they come through Luffield, heading towards Woodcote once again.
Gonna jump on board with him. The Haas driving.
He's struggled a little bit, isn't he, Chris?
I think he could be. I think if I was him, I would pit this lap and try and get an undercut on some of these guys on soft tyres. If I was him.
Fugataro's pit light is on, so it looks like he's looking to come in, as is Afro, as is Berg. So it looks like all the soft runners are coming in this time.
We shall see.
And Max is as well, so that's going to put Wycon
in
the lead.
Fugataro's gone. He's gone off. Yeah. He's hit the wall. He should be fine, but he's keeping it controlled. But that is not what he needed right there. That's a real shame, that one. But I think his tyres are gone. Error? They have gone massively.
Oh, did the man went wide there?
Oh, was that Wycombs?
Wycombs ended up side by side.
I think Berg stayed out. I think has Berg stayed out? Has he stayed out, Berg?
Max is in the pits. And
Berg has stayed out.
Big stream of cars going in, so
yeah, Berg indeed. Yeah. Berg did stay out, so he's not confident coming in yet.
He can do another lap, so it's not...
Bit of a risky one. I think he could lose the lead. If Afro gets a good outlap here, we could be seeing another leader.
There's a big train of cars in the pit, so...
Afro jumping onto the medium tyres, so he won't be going to those hards. So he is coming into the 2-stop. So maybe, if I'm correct, Marco, do 2 mediums now to the end of the race.
Oh, he might be able to do that.
Everyone that's come into the pits now has all gone onto the mediums.
Wow.
Every single one of them.
Interesting, I have to say.
None of that first lot are doing a one-stop strategy, it seems.
Watching Berg then, our current race leader, he's going up towards Cops, and he surely has to pit this lap. And obviously Wycombs will inherit the lead as he's on the medium, so he's going to go quite long. Nooker's still out there in P3, chasing actually down Wycombs right now. Obviously, as Marco mentioned, he's on the fresh set of soft tyres starting at the back of the field. And RBK as well is also in the mix as well, so you've got to keep an eye on him as well. Possible contender for the race win tonight. We have to wait and see, but I'm just going to see if Berg pits this up. If he continues, I'm gobsmacked. He surely has to pit, though. I'm pretty sure.
His pit... Sure.
No, he's staying out.
Oh,
wow.
His pit light was on. His pit light still is on.
Wow. And obviously, we can understand Nooker staying out because obviously is down the pecking order, but Fizzy as well in P5, only 9 seconds, well, roughly 9 seconds off the race leader at the minute. So he's doing a good job there for Mana, and he's actually gained half a second on our race leader. So, and we've got Nick B as well.
Also gaining, or
Nick B as well.
Like he is.
In P6. Nick B's up to 6th then from 16th. So,
Chicane in 7th as well, and then we've got Kalon. And I think from 8th place down, well, 9th place downwards of all. Oh no, actually no, Mathis is still out there. From 10th downwards, has Fabracer pitted? Yeah, he has, hasn't he? So.
Well, Wycombs just gained 6/10 on the leader, so that wasn't smart of him to stay out.
He's left that too long.
Was hanging back, following Wycombs.
Marco's winning the battle of the commentators at the moment. He's in 11th.
I haven't pitted, probably.
Afro is in 12th, Max 13th, Nicky 14, they're all in a chain. Slick 15, Papa Socrates 16, all of them just going on to the Wellington Straight. There's Fugataro 17, and me at the back. Oh no, Ryan's at the back. Oh, Ryan, you've just pitted onto mediums. I'm still out there on soft, so I've left it too long as well.
You know me, I like to leave it late, for a pit stop, as I always do. So we'll see if Berg pits
is
then.
losing so much time. Surely he's going to come in now.
He is indeed. He's coming in to the pits then. So he comes in from the race lead. Nooker stays
Is he
out.
going to go on the hards, I wonder? Did he try and string that out for hard tyres? I'll keep an eye on him.
I'm actually on board with him, so I shall also find out if he's going to go into the hard tyres. If Marco, if you could keep an eye on the rest of the field who pitted in the first part of the race, that would be fantastic, as he is going on medium tyres. So
who do I have to pay attention to?
Afro, actually.
Alright.
Yeah.
Afro's coming towards the final corner. This could be close, actually. So Afro's about to cross the line, and is he going to jump? I'm going to jump on board with him, actually, so we get a good view.
Bergie is now exiting. Oh, it's close.
And he's
Afro's
actually
got
jumped.
that.
Afro's jumped
Yeah.
him. So Afro, once everyone pits, will probably inherit the race lead right now. So,
Yep.
So he's jumped them. Max as well. Max is on the hard tyres in 12th place. So he's going a different strategy. Oh no, he's not. He's on the mediums. It just changed. Did the Christmas lights once again.
You got Christmas tree light tyres going on?
Christmas tree lights once again. So who is the race leader now? It will be Wycombs leading. Wycombs. Then it's Nooker in second place. Still holding on, I've got to say, to Wycombs on very worn now soft tyres. Fresh tyres, of course.
Those softs have got to be dead. He's just ruined by now.
He's just lost 6 tenths in the middle sector. So
yeah.
RBK doing a good job in P3. Wants to continue his podium streak in the first 2 races. 2 third places. So he wants to try and do that. So it is, as Reese has just clearly pointed out in the chat, looks like it's a classic 1-stop versus 2-stop race. And we are going to see that tonight, so that's what we want to see, of course. Good
evening, Saf. On my side, he's just commented that Berg might be going soft, medium, medium, whereas Hypnotizer might think Berg goes soft, medium, soft, and Afro goes soft, medium, medium. So a few different predictions this side on who's going to go in which direction.
I think this will all depend on Nooker.
As well.
Nooker may try the soft, medium, soft strategy. He's gone 9 laps on these tyres.
Nooker will go for the hard tyres on lap 10 preferably, and then just go to the
Oh yes, that is of course correct as well. So a wide range of 1-stop strategies, a mix of medium hards and soft hards. So I think Nooker can do it obviously on a fresh set of softs. I don't think anyone on used softs would have any chance of doing it. So Nooker doing a fantastic job, but he is starting to struggle a little bit on those soft tyres. He's now 1.8 seconds behind our race leader at the minute.
Oh, wide on the exit of Cops.
RBK is getting a bit closer now. I'm going to jump on board with him actually. Off the Toro Rosso, and he's getting very tight and aggressive through Magnus and Beckett, and this could be an overtaking position as the DRS has now been up on the rear wing, and this should be an easy move here, but he's pulled out the slipstream a little bit too early. He's going to try and break it around the outside at Stowe, and he's actually pulled it off. What a move! What a move there from RBK. Props to you, sir. Moves himself up to P2, and that, I have to say this, it is beaten.
Wow.
It's beaten Bergs by a country mile there. So, sorry Berg, but we have our best overtake of the race already. So
that's a belter.
Fair play to him. That is
satisfying that overtake side of that.
Yeah, talk about confidence in your own ability and in the person you're passing. Good God, fair play. I mean, RBK's made.
Just want to say, Berg has overtaken Afro. I've just spotted him. He's now up to 10th, and Afro's dropped to 11th. And there's a battle going on behind actually between Nicky and Max right now. Obviously, we know Max is on the hard tyres, and I'm not sure what Nicky's on. I'm going to try and jump on board with him. He's on the medium tyres.
I've got Max on mediums.
I was accidentally going to press quit multiplayer, which would have been a bit bad for me.
I wouldn't suggest that.
I wouldn't suggest that, so thank God that never happened. But Nooker going for another lap here, so he's done 10 laps on these, so his tyres must be on the verge. I'm just trying to see if there's a puncher. I think there could be a puncher happening any minute now, and that'll probably cue the commentator's curse for us, so we shall see right now.
And Nicky having a look on the inside of Max at Luffield, but didn't quite have enough room to do that, so the battle for 12th continues between the Renault and Force India.
Nooker's got a puncher. Nook has a puncher on the front left. That is a real shame for Nooker. He's struggling now. And to be fair,
sure, because they look
front left,
to me.
front left. his tyre is... He's in the pits now.
Wasn't losing any pace, so they all look inflated on my screen.
Nah, front left on mine. That is gone. It is wobbling about there.
I don't think it was because yeah, I mean he's in now, but I can't believe it was because Stowe, obviously being a right-hander, if he'd lost that front left, he'd have been off in the gravel at that speed.
Nah, he must have broken early, but he is going onto the hard tyres as we suggested to him.
Well.
Oh, and Fizzy's held him up there, so that's not going to be happy. But here comes the Lord Man, Fizzy fan, into the pits, and he's going onto the hard
as well.
tyres.
Hard for the manor.
So he's going to the end of the race as well. But that is a shame for Nooker, really.
I still didn't
it's a
drive with that for half a lap.
Yep, and I've just seen the chat.
I'll have to ask him post-race whether he had a puncture or not, because I'll be curious about that.
A lot of people in my chat are going commentator curse right now, so I've cursed him. So I think I may have to. And this is how could you, Ryan? What can I say? What can I say?
Because you clearly did it on purpose.
Of course I did. You know me. Right now, so that's a bit unfortunate for Nooker, but he's gone well to the last 10 laps on the soft tyres, so maybe 9 laps was probably the best bet for him.
RBK
anyway,
is matching pace with Wycombe's at the front then, so it's actually gained 3/10 in that last sector. RBK now on the move to try and close down the lead.
Just some stats for you. Apparently he was doing 190 miles an hour down the straight, was Nooker, so that clearly indicates he was struggling with his puncher. As we see Wycombe's and RBK into the pit lane right now, so the leaders are in, and pretty sure these guys will go on to the hard tyres to the end of the race. So if you want to follow Wycombe's, Chris, and I'll follow RBK right now. This should be interesting right now. The pit crew have got to get it absolutely spot on, because
Chicane is going to lead for the first time in the season.
Oh, hard tyres for both of them.
Yep, and Chicane, as you mentioned, for the first time this season, leads a Grand Prix, so he will get the camera out right now. He would like the race to retire right now, and he would win a race there. But Chicane, obviously not the fastest to win a race, but he is very consistent on his race performances in terms.
Wycombe's just out behind Afro.
Afro and Berg, yep. So he's out in 6th.
Much better stop than the Toro Rosso, because the Toro Rosso is now under attack.
So I want to know where Mathis is. He's right there in P3 on the hard tyres, driving as the French baguette Romain Grosjean, so he's doing pretty well, so good for him.
Three-way battle here for 7th position between RBK, Max FT, and then Nicky. RBK, of course, just coming out of the pits on those hard tyres, so he's got a lot of pressure to have to contend with. That is going to play right into the hands of Wycombe, so that's going to allow the manor to start to rebuild that lead then, and we've lost Nick B. Oh my goodness me, one of the championship leaders.
Oh, that's not good for him. A disappointing night. We hope to have a little word with him to explain what happened to him, so may have just been a disconnection or something like that, but or he crashed it.
Retirement, so yeah, I think he stacked it somewhere.
Hashtag blame Ryan, hashtag not ideal commentator's curse in the chat, so great.
Not ideal.
Mathis did start on the hard tyres, Reese. What's this? Legend says
Chicane is in the pits.
He is indeed. So, did Ryan inhale some colours today?
Kalon leads on the hearts.
I did inhale some colours. As Fab Racer is out of the Grand Prix as well. The dropping like flies here, I've got to say.
Fab Racer already was at the back. He's in 15th on the hard, so his ghost is carrying on. Fugataro's just retired.
Everyone's dropping. What is going on today? It's like the iRacing Le Mans 24-hour servers right now, when everyone gets kicked from the lobby right now. So, bit of a dig there to iRacing, but you know me. Nicky piling the pressure on Max, and obviously RBK leading this train for P6, and he's losing a little bit of ground now to Wycombe, who's trying to hunt down Afro right now for what I believe will be 3rd place once the two-stoppers pit momentarily.
Berger's just taken 2nd position from Mathis. Pretty clean overtake then on the end of the Wellington Straight. So on Berg goes in 2nd position, 5.6 down from Kalon.
Kalon, what's Kalon? What's he on? What time?
He's on hard at the moment, so he's got some way to go before he comes into the pits.
He can go to lap 16 and then pit for mediums.
See, this is the thing though. If Kalon could will obviously jump, of course, will stay ahead of Berg, because obviously Berg's got to make another pit stop. So if he can get to lap 17, he could easily do the soft tyre at the end of the Grand Prix on a fresh set, as we saw from... obviously, yes, it's going to be difficult, as we saw with Nooker, but he could do it. You never know.
Well, let's say he goes to 18, and then he can easily do it.
Precisely.
Wycombe's very nearly rounded the back of Afro then, and the Manor is piling the pressure onto the McLaren at the moment, heading down the old Stanford straight into... Oh, no, that's the new Stanford straight, isn't it?
It is.
I think, yes, that's just Abbey Farm, and now heading down to Village. Mathis is there as well, so Mathis' tyres are pretty worn, as we saw Burke pretty easily dispatch him. So this could also help Wycombe try and get some momentum on Afro. In this small chain, then Zafra's just got DRS. Then can he make a move on the house before they get to Brooklands? Not quite.
Nope. Gonna stay put. Oh, he's run a little bit wide though, which is going to help the McLaren and obviously Wycombe's. You can just see him in the camera shot there, the McLaren, and Mathis is still holding on. So he's doing a good drive though. To be fair, as Wycombe's actually, there's a battle going on. Wycombe's has the inside line going. Oh, this is going to be scary going through cops right now. Are they going to keep it clean? They do indeed.
Very
and
nice.
Wycombe's is going to hold it, but he's still holding it there. Afro, no, he backs out of it there, and he's getting very feisty.
Well, Afro had no choice. He had to back out of that before they got to Maggots. There was no way they were going to go side by side. Well, not successfully through Maggots and Beckett's anyway. We've seen side by sides there between Cops and Maggots before.
Well,
Nicky's had some problems apparently. Just give an eye, Kalon's in the pits. Kalon's in the pits. The race leader is in. So he's going to be going on to the mediums. I don't think he'll go on the softs. That'll be a bit suicidal. So he'll be pitting then from the race lead and jumping onto the medium tyres, as Berg will inherit the race lead now. But behind them, as you can see, Wycombe's is trying to make a move on Mathis right now. So I think
Wycombe's is alive. Is he going to try for a jump on Village? No, not quite. Thinks better than that one. So he's now going to try and do something down the Wellington straight under the DRS, I would imagine. Gets a nice line through the loop.
Got a good camera shot here of the McLaren of Afro right now, showing off the back end of the car, and gets DRS. And we changed camera to a good one actually. And here comes Wycombe's then, as he's going to try and make a move. Afro getting a little bit twitchy on that back end there from the dirty air of Wycombe. So this obviously is going to hurt both Wycombe's and obviously Afro's tyres staying behind the car there. But he gets a good exit, and this could be a repeat of the last lap here previously. And Mathis doing a good job to defend from Wycombe's, and he's going to hold it actually in position. And Mathis is going to be under a lot of pressure here from a championship.
So close.
From a championship contender, and he's just manning his own business. He's doing a different strategy, of course, as RBK as well. You've got to put him into the mix as well, because he's catching all three of these drivers very quickly.
Oh, what a great drive out of Beckett's through Chapel, and that second position to the Manor. Brilliant drive by Wycombe's there.
Just want to question Stevens in the chat. What's the name of the corner just after Beckett's? It is the Hangar Straight. As
that's Chapel corner leads onto the Hangar Straight.
Yeah, Chapel.
In the pit.
We've got a battle here. Afro and Mathis are in the pit lane, so we've got a pit lane battle right now, and these guys will go on to another set of mediums to the end of the Grand Prix. Who's going to win though? Is the question.
I'm looking at Mathis at the moment.
I'm watching Afro, and this is going to be very interesting. It's all down to the pit crews. And it looks like a slow stop there for McLaren on my end, so he comes out probably behind him.
Oh, held.
Oh no, he's been held.
The Haas was held.
Is it me, or why is Mathis on soft tyres?
He's not, he's on mediums on mine.
Oh, we've got the Christmas tree once again.
Hoorah!
Happy days.
It's usually me that gets that.
Oh no, I've got it now.
Oh!
No, now he's on mediums. Yeah.
What on earth happened to Mathis? He's in the dust.
I'm not sure.
Mathis, he just skewed off to the left. Whether he just gunned it too early and just
cold tyres
cannoned off, and it must be.
Yeah, he's still showing soft tyres on my screen.
I'll just double check Race Director, but they are most certainly mediums on mine.
I think you could be right. My screen could be wrong. Obviously, this is a bit of a glitch we have on our end.
Yeah, they're mediums.
Okay, they are mediums. Okay, that's fantastic. On board then with Berg, as he's pretty sure he's going to come into the pits, unless he's going to try and hold out here for another lap, a couple of laps, and go into the soft tyres to the end of the race, and he's actually going to carry on.
Wycombe's is driving like a man possessed. He's now less than 2.5 seconds down on the hard tyres. A big lockup though coming into Vale, but my God, Wycombe's is alive.
He is alive right now to the sound of a V something car. I don't know. He gets the fastest lap though
V6 lawnmower.
of the Grand Prix.
Like a V6, Ryan, like a V6.
Like a V6. Thank you very much, Marco. It's been a long day for me. Okay, I did a 5 kilometer charity paint run today, and I'm absolutely knackered. And
Well, what actually is a paint run? Do people like throw paintballs at you while you run, or what?
No, it's like paint powder, like powder paint that kids use
People
in
throw that at
primary
you.
school. It's completely like, it's not anything bad or anything like harmful. It's a bit of fun, and it was good fun. I've got to say, all for charity as well, which is the main important factor for Rainbow's Children Trust. So great charity, and raised quite a few bob. So I'm absolutely happy about that. It's going to a great cause, and I would love to do it again. So it's the next year for that one. Anyway, watching Berg through Maggots and Beckett's, and obviously Chapel as on there. And Nador wants to know, are the players using a gamepad or a wheel? I think most of the field here are running a wheel, and I think there's a couple on a pad. So I hope to get, I think about 95% are running with a wheel, really. So there are a few. As Berg is entering the pits for his final stop of the Grand Prix.
I have some updates on, let's say, penalties, if you want.
Oh, yes, please.
So we have Nicky with 3 seconds. Berg has 3 and also 10 seconds.
Oof, that is not good for Berg.
has 3 seconds. Papa has 3. Mafas has 3. Fab has 3, but he's out, I think. Slick has 3. And another 3 for Papa, so 6.
Apologies on the Twitch side if it was just stuck on Wycombes. I had a small family emergency I had to deal with.
But Papa has another 10 as well, so.
So Berg really, I don't think he's going to win the race if he's got 13 seconds worth of penalties. So I think we can rule him out.
13? Yeah. Good God, how's he managed that?
A 3 second and a 10 second.
Early in the race he got 10 for some reason.
I think that could be either a track extend or, because he didn't see any contact, so I'm pretty sure he track extended, because I did get a penalty around here once as I shouldn't have done that. It was in a, I can't remember what race it was, but I think it was in one of my race with the sub races at Silverstone, a 25% race, which I won somehow, even with a 10-second penalty. So
Hayden Ruin, I think is how you say it. Welcome to you on my side. Just asked who the champion from last year was. It's Terrano Tigger. He was in one of the Ferraris. He's not in this season. He chose not to compete in this particular season. Hopefully we'll see him back very soon in the AOR circles.
So as
RBK is in 2 now, so he has a big chance to finish there this time.
He is. He's got one. He's going up 1 position, but he still has a chance to win this Grand Prix. He's not that far behind. He's not that far away.
2.5 seconds.
2.8 seconds to be precise, as they have got 8 laps to go then in this Grand Prix, and everyone's still playing in the chat.
In third, so his Father's Day is going really well.
He's doing a good job, I've got to say.
Fizzy in 4th.
He can finish it in this on this tire as well, so that's great for him.
Well, it's a great shown by the Manners as well. Fizzy in 4th.
Doing a good job.
Yeah,
Fizzy's been quiet. He's been very quiet in this Grand Prix, Fizzy. He just slid in up to P4, so good job there, as you mentioned.
Chicane in 5th, so that's good for him.
Yeah, Kadon's doing it. Everyone's doing chicane. Yeah, he just mentioned. Good job there. And he's coming up to one of our cars. Kadon's under pressure from Berg right now, and obviously we know Berg's got 13 seconds worth of penalties, so he's going to lose out quite a bit here.
I wonder if Kadon knows that at this point. It doesn't look like he does, because he's defending.
He's defending, of course, so obviously this is going to help Wycombes massively here for the championship. I think he will lead the championship going to the next race in Hungary, I believe it is, next time out.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Yes, Wycombes did race in AOR Split 1 in the Xbox One side of things before he joined us over on PC. He did pretty well there as well. So, yes, the top 3 have pitted Reese. They are all doing the one-stop strategy. Nooker did the soft and the hards, and both RBK and Wycombes did the medium and the hard tyres.
And Nooker started on the fresh tyres.
RBK is losing time now. 2 attempts to loss there to our race leader. So I think Wycombes has got this one in the bag, if I'm honest. But don't count Fizzy out just yet. he's closing in on Nooker very slowly. So we could see a double mana podium tonight. So that would be great for them. But again, you've got to say RBK again for the 3rd race in a row, 3 podiums. That is impressive.
I have bad news. RBK is 10 seconds now.
Oh no! So a lot of people in the chat right now are putting in hashtag Team RBK right now. They're going to be a bit disappointed and sad right now to hear the news right now. And he's got about 8 seconds to Nooker, so he's got to get a move on. Realistically, he needs about 2 seconds.
I mean, if Fizzy doesn't gain any further, he could remain. He could keep that podium streak.
Yeah. He could keep the streak going if he gets a podium.
10 seconds after.
He has to be careful though. He's got to be careful.
Yeah, he will get another one not after 3 more, let's say.
And hello CB Epic on my side. Hello to you too.
Everyone.
Hypnotizer made a good point actually earlier. I didn't have a chance to pick up on it. As when we saw Mathis just skew off to the left coming out of the pits. He says that is what happens when you turn the traction control off.
Yeah.
Very good point.
It's a very good point. Indeed. Fizzy, you can just see him in the background there. He's closing in on Nooker. And I'm just going to keep an eye on the gap here between Nooker and RBK.
It's 11 seconds at the moment.
It is...
So it's just shy of
9 seconds. 9 seconds.
That's 11.
Is it 11?
Was it?
Well, it's 12
he's got
minus the other one.
12 minus 3 seconds. Berg's got the fastest lap, by the way.
All right, I got 14.6 to Fizzy and 3.8 to RBK as well. Like that.
I was doing Nooker. I was doing Nooker and RBK.
Oh, Nooker! Oh, beg your pardon. Oh, yeah, I was looking at the wrong car.
In before Mathis gets a penalty for crossing the pit exit line. That could be a possibility, of course, because you can get a slam dunk penalty if you do cross that pit exit. So we shall see if he does get a penalty for that. Fizzy, the gap between him and Nooker is at the minute just shy of 2 seconds right now, 2.6 to be precise. So he's going to be hunting down. We'll go through the rest of the field for you. Chicane in an impressive 5th place for Chicane, doing a fantastic job, and he's got Berg right on him. But he may not know.
Berg did dispatch Kalon when we were looking away, but it's fairly inconsequential with the mountain of penalties that the Mercedes has for him.
But this is good news. This could be Chicane's best performance of the season, even if it is P6. But he will get P5 either way, unless Berg pulls a 10-second lead. So we'll have to wait and see on that one.
He can stay out of Kalon.
As well, yeah, Kalon. Another good shout there. Kalon as well could be coming in. As a look at the speed difference here, Berg's got to Chicane, and he's going for a late lunge into the corner, and Chicane's going to hold it around the outside, so fair play to Chicane for that.
Well defended there by the Toro Rosso.
Berg's going down the inside, but backs out of it there. He's getting a little bit agitated now as Berg, and just clips the back of the Toro Rosso there. And no damage though, so that's the good news. And is he going to go for a move here into Abbey? He actually is going for it right now into turn 1, but he backs out of it yet again. Right now, I think he's trying to put pressure on Chicane to make a mistake, and he's actually going for a move, late move into the loop, and he gets it done and moves it to P5. But under pressure now, he is going to be from Kalon now. Kalon's caught up massively to both Chicane and Berg, but Berg's going to pull away, of course, because he's on the faster tyre.
Can follow Berg a little bit in the slipstream, then he should be fine. Because Berg is the faster driver at this stage, so if he can manage to follow him in the slipstream, then he can get a nice tow here.
Yep, the one-stoppers have won the race. That's pretty true. Don't count Berg out yet, but he's got a penalty.
Yeah, that's what I said at the beginning.
Yeah, you called that one.
Yep, Marco knows everything. That's why he's a former PC Split 1 champion, so just take that in mind. The gap to the leader is 4.5 seconds, actually. Is Nooker right behind? Oh, no, he's not. I thought for a second Nooker was right behind RBK.
I thought that as well.
But it's a ghosted car. So it's a ghosted Red Bull.
I was like, damn, Nooker suddenly found a lot of pace from somewhere.
He's found some rapid pace there, I've got to say.
It's one of those 5.9 second laps again.
He's matched Wycombs on this lap, actually, so the gap is still 4.5 seconds. But the battle I want to keep an eye on here is Nooker and Fizzy, because the gap at the minute is still 2 seconds right now between these two. And it's all going to come down to who has the balls ready to have their hard tyres last as long as possible, of course.
I'm also having a look at the gap between RBK and Fizzy for the pure basis of if RBK's got that 10-second penalty, assuming Fizzy doesn't have any penalties to serve, he needs to maintain 10 seconds to Fizzy to keep his podium streak. At the moment, he is still within that 10-second gap.
Gotta say, we've got a nice cheeky battle going on here for P8. As Nicky's trying to go down the inside of Max onto the Wellington straight and just can't get it done. But the battle is between Afro, who is leading the pack, then it's Max, and then we've got Nicky, and just behind him is Slick as well, who was second, remember, on the grid in qualifying, and he's down outside the point. So it's been an absolutely horrible race here for the Mercedes driver Slick tonight. And
I'm on board with the Renault then. He's keeping that pressure on the Force India, coming down then through the old start finish straight, heading towards Cops. Oh my God. Yeah, forgot the corner name there. And no, he's not able to keep pace with the Force India at the moment.
Yes, this is an interesting battle. We don't really get to see quite a lot of the battles in the midfield, so it's great to just get a little bit of this before we had to head back up to the leaders right now, as both Max and Nicky get DRS on Afro right now. So Afro, of course, was at the front of the field early in the race, and he's dropped down the order, so obviously doing that two-stop strategy, so not worked out for him today.
Big snap of oversteer from Nicky then on to from the exit of Stowe, so that's not going to help his chase. But now that bunch is really compressed up again, so the battle resumes then between the worn medium tyres of Afro and the slightly less worn hard tyres of Max and Nicky. Not, like, as you say, not too far behind is Slick, but again, I think he's struggling to keep pace with this little trio going on.
Indeed, and just see what Max is doing right now. He's mentioned on the hards, driving as everyone's favourite Mexican right now after what happened last week. Of course, Sergio Perez not obeying team orders, but he's got a nice run here on Afro, and is he going to make a move? Nope, stays as he is and holds on. Papa's just in the background there, as you can see, in the other banana car in P12, and he's actually closing in on these four drivers right now, so don't count him out just yet, as he's on the soft tyres as well.
Is he?
He is on my screen. He's on the softs. So,
he is, yeah.
He is.
Yellow car on the yellow tyres. For once, our two screens are agreeing on the tyre colour.
And if Nicky can hold on here, it'll be his first points of the season. So Nicky on course for his first points, even though it's 1 point as it stands. But when he's round wide there,
crossed up there.
I think the back end must have gone, and I think his tyres maybe starting to lose a little bit of grip. But Nicky,
I think he actually made a tiny bit of contact with Afro. I think he just gained that little bit too much pace on him. Couldn't use it as they were halfway through Macca's and Beckett's at the time, and whether he avoided the impact, I'm not entirely sure, but they got him all crossed up, and Nicky then capitalised on it. Can he put the pressure on Afro then and gain another position?
And just looking at the battle between Nuka and Fizzy, it's still around 2 seconds, so I think Nuka's may have the slim advantage here, and the gap between RBK and Nuka is over 10 seconds now. So
it's actually grown.
So RBK, as it stands, will hold off with that 10-second penalty, stay in second place. So he's gone one up from his previous two races. So good job on RBK if he actually finishes the race. We may give him the commentator's curse, as we saw with Nuka earlier in the race. So hope we won't see that. But Fizzy just lurking in the background there. So Nuka's got to be careful not to get any penalties here in this one. And we'll just see where Berg is, because Berg's got 13 seconds, remember. And he's going to drop to Chicane, so Chicane will move up to P5, and Kanon as well will move up a position, so Berg's going to drop here some big points here this week, and this is going to aid this man here, Wycombs, as he starts the final lap then of the British Grand Prix here in PC Split 1, and he's done a fantastic job tonight with the one stop, starting on those medium tyres, very consistent on pace as well, and he's going to walk it tonight.
Oh, again, I'd come back to this battle in 8th position. Then Nicky, beautiful run through Magas Beckis on the exit of Chapel. Got alongside the McLaren, just couldn't complete the move in times. Now switch back at Stowe. Oh, that was nearly impact. Max is right in there as well. Oh, Max having a look on the inside.
Oh, there's been contact. There's been contact.
No, and that's Afro as well that was caught up in that. So that is Slick that's now up to 9th. Is that Papa that's come through into 10th? Oh no, Papa's down in 13th. Papa with a puncher, front left puncher on Papa's car. Oh, will his luck ever actually change? And he's choosing to continue not pit for some odd reason.
No, he's just going for the bants. That's what I'll do. But I think that could be a steward's inquiry tonight regarding that
imagine
one.
so,
So
yes.
a bit of a risky one, I'm not going to lie, for Max. But was it Max or was it the...
Yeah, it was.
I can't remember. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it anyway.
Yeah, it was Max that caused the impact there, unfortunately.
So here comes Wycombs then into Stowe for the final time here at Silverstone. The crowd are on their feet, as you can see in the far left-hand side of your screen. Into the final two corners then he goes. A fantastic job and will cement the lead in the Drivers' Championship. Wycombs wins the British Grand Prix here in PC Split 1. A fantastic drive from Wycombs. And
Flawless.
as I've just mentioned, he now leads the Drivers' Championship. Fair play and good win from the manor driver of Wycombs.
Absolutely flawless performance there. Here comes Nooker then to...
Is he going to gain second place? He does. He does. Nooker's up to second.
Yeah, Nooker does indeed get promoted to second
We need him
position.
in the box after this.
So
Berg has crossed the line. Will he remain in that fifth position with his penalties?
No, he won't, because Chicane's up to P5.
Chicane's just got it. Fair play to him.
Kalon's going to move up as well to P6. The question is Nicky. No, Nicky doesn't go up, so he's dropped.
Oh, he dropped. He dropped to 9th, so he had penalties of his own to serve. Oh, he's just dropped to 10th. Afro's actually re-elevated to 9th.
Oh, what is going on? Papa's still going, though. Fair play, fair respect to Papa right now, just going along. We'll watch him on his moment of fame on the stream right now. But he had to go for the strategy, though. We did see it with Nooker, and he's cutting through Magnus and Beckett just to make sure he doesn't collect anyone.
The only runner, why not? I don't think anyone's going to take him to the stewards for that one.
No, he's enjoying himself. That's the main thing. He's committing this. He's just showing, and he's hitting the wall. he's trying to destroy his car. He's trying to retire. I'm gonna. Oh no, he's broke his front wing now. So fair play to him for staying out, and he retires from the race. So Chris, do you want to take us through the final positions then? As actually
So
RBK got 13 seconds.
Yeah, he did. So Wycombs then takes home the win with Nooker second. RBK with that 13-second penalty still manages to maintain his first podium streak. Fizzy 4, Chicane 5, great effort for him. Kalon 6, Berg demoted to 7th in the end with his penalties. Slick gaining hold of 8th. Afro 9 in. Nicky dropped to 10th position. Max in 11th. Mathis 12. Papa with that puncture in 13. And the rest are DNFs.
Well, I beat you, Chris, so it's all good for me.
So yeah, Marco won the commentators' battle. And that is your British Grand Prix.
Fair play.
Well, what position am I in this?
Yep, people are saying right now, damn penalties.
Oh, no, I've just got an achievement of competitive streak.
Oh, wow.
Awesome stuff.
Congratulations.
Congrats, my friend.
Oh, we commented that someone had a terrible start, and Nicky's car got stuck in neutral at the start. It was Nicky that had that horrific start, and his car got stuck in neutral.
Well,
so he didn't get hit off in turn 1.
We will now head to our favourite part of the stream. It's interviews.
I'm unfortunately for family reasons, I'm going to have to leave you to it, but I will leave the stream going whilst the questioning still goes on.
It will.
But I'm afraid I can't contribute to it because my children are still awake.
Aww.
That's fun, Chris. Well, you have a good Papa night.
That's one word.
Papa night. Right, so I'm going to bring first in, I think, a man who has impressed me tonight. We're going to bring Nooker in. Nooker, hello.
Nooker.
Oh, he's very low on my side, so I'm going to bump him up. There we go. Nooker, great job on P2 tonight, mate. How did that race go for you?
I think it's Mike.
You're very quiet, Nooker, on our end.
Yeah,
a little bit better.
Yeah, my mic. But yeah, it was a good race. I made calculations before the race that if I started on fresh options or softs, I would made a one-stop with it. So, but it was a little bit more weird than expected. So I had like 8% plus on the last lap, so was a bit worried, but made it through.
I just want to say on behalf of the commentators, I apologise because I did give you the commentator's curse for your puncher on lap 10, so I do apologise on that one. Was that the plan for you tonight, to go that long and then jump on hards?
Yeah,
He was planning for a puncture.
the plan was if I qualify on medium and get outside top 10, I would start off soft to get some positions back, which succeeded, luckily. And but at the end of the stint, you may notice that I dropped a lot of pace when RBK passed me. So I had to save the left front because, as I said, the wear was a bit more than expected, but I made it, so I'm happy about that.
Well, good job, man. It must have been because Father's Day today that you had a good race, right?
Yeah, thanks.
I told you, Ryan, that he was a dad.
You did. So next race, Hungary. Are you a fan of the circuit, Knocker, or are you absolutely dreading it?
Absolutely dreading it. It's like Australia for me. Never been any good results there, so it should be back to normal.
You never know. You could be up there again. You showed some good pace tonight, so thank you very much, Knocker, for joining us, and great performance in your second place, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, you too.
And I'm going to bring in next someone we've not brought in this season, and I think he's deserving to be in here. I think we're going to speak to Kalon next. Kalon, hello.
Hello.
We thought we'd bring you in this time because you have been requesting to come in. So, Kalon.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep. So I saw you comment as well in the stream, so I was like, yep, you should get you in. Good for you. Got some points today, which is fantastic for yourself. Describe how that race went for you.
Yeah, I started on hards, or let's start with qualifying. I wanted to start do the one stop, so medium hard or hard medium. So I wanted to start outside the top 10. So I looked what's P11 time when I went out. It was 1:31.5, and that was my target time. So I tried to get that time, but with that time I was last. So it didn't go to plan as I hoped. But then in the race, I started on hards. Some people crashed as usual, and I just got a bit through the pack. But when it came to pure pace, I wasn't really able to follow Fizzy and the guys, so I let Nick and Chicane, I think, let them through. And I also had a battle with Mathis, and after that I just followed Chicane for the rest of the race, and Berg also overtook me, and that was basically my race.
Pretty good. I've got to say, nice understanding there for the viewers right there. But a lot of people were cheering for you tonight in the chat, of course, and that's obviously nice.
Oh, really?
Yep, we had quite a few Kalon fans in there and asking where you were, so you've got some good fans there, Kalon.
Yeah, good job, man.
Yeah, finally.
On there, so yeah, it's a good performance for you. I've got to say, you've done pretty well tonight. I've got to say, and it gives you a bit of a confidence boost going for the second half of the season, of course, when you've got a track like Hungary coming up next. Are you a fan of it, or?
It's okay. I think it's quite the same as Great Britain, but yeah, it's nothing special, but not too bad, I think.
And one final question for me: have you got anything, like any social media or anything like that you want to just give a shout out to, so people can go and check you out, or?
You can check out my YouTube if you want. It's a Q, then a space, then a E with an apostrophe on it, and then a lon. So not too complicated.
So Kalon with a space between the Q.
Yeah, it's basically Kalon with a space.
Yeah, because I'm too stupid to type in a surname and the last name. I have no idea how you can only make one name. So I put in surname Q, and the rest of the name is Elon. So I have no idea how it's done. So that's my channel. So
awesome.
Fair play. Kalon, thank you very much for joining us in the booth, and we may bring you in quite a few more in the next few races. Obviously, you have been requested a lot, so you've had your time tonight, which is great for you. So thanks, Kalon, and we'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
And Marco, I think it's right that we bring in the Fizzcriz team of Fizzy and Chris Wycombe. So
Both of them at the same
both of them
time.
at the same time. We're bringing them in. So Fizzy, hello. We're also bringing your teammate in here. So we're bringing the Fizzcriz underdog squad right now. So hello, Wycombes and Fizzy, otherwise known as the Fizzcriz underdog squad. That's it. So hashtag that.
Chris Fizz, right? Or no?
Fizzcriz. Firstly, we'll just quickly ask Wycombes. Obviously, congrats again, and I can confirm you are now leading the championship by 18 points. So that's good for you.
Good job, man.
If he's there.
18 points?
18 points.
124 to 106.
That can't be true. Berg was
It
leading
is.
by 1 point.
Thanks to Reese Benjamin in our chat, who's updating the stats for us throughout the race. So.
Berg had like a giant penalty. So.
Yep.
Okay, well maybe that gets removed because the 10 seconds on the final corner will obviously get removed. So if you record and it was that one, then I think that gets removed. But
It was
I
in
think
lap
that's
2, so.
okay. Well, I don't know, but I'm fine with that, I guess.
Fizzy, obviously you were a bit quiet in the broadcast for us. We didn't really cover you as much, but you just slipped your way up to P4 in that one, trying to chase down Nooker. How was that race for you?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Qualified 11th, which is decent considering that's fresh tires. Started on the mediums. Was always going to go for the one stop. Even if I had qualified in the top 10 on the softs, I would have tried to go for the one stop anyway because I've done that in practice. One stop is always better on Silverstone, I've found. So yeah, but after the first stint, really, or the first 6 laps even, until the Renault guys that were surrounding me in the first 6 laps pitted because they were on softs, I was basically by myself, just running solid laps, around 2-3 seconds behind Nooker. Nothing really happened, so I guess that's why you didn't see too much of me in terms of battling. So, you know, didn't have any mistakes, didn't have any issues, decent consistency, so yeah, solid result.
Quite a lot of people actually tried a 2-stop strategy, so obviously you would have seen them coming into the pits at their various times. Did that make you think, oh, maybe possibly, or were you absolutely adamant that you were only ever going to stick to the one stop?
I was always going to stick to the one stop. My thought when they pitted was the complete opposite. Basically, when they went into the pits, I knew I was going to beat them. So, yeah.
Just want to let you know, the pair of you are now leading the constructors by a whopping 54 points. So good job on you two, doing very well. So keep going, and you'll win the constructors for Mana, of course, and obviously Harry Anto is going to get some big bucks for Fizzy, so you best keep him up there in P4 as well. And also, I want to say personally, congrats to both of you for Le Mans and iRacing last week or whenever it was. So,
Congratulations to me! I was not in that team that finished the race.
Well, Wycombe, you were doing good. Your pace was good in the HPD, but fair play to both of you. I would love to do it, but I can't commit to that sort of thing. You know. Anyway,
at least I did. That's all we can take, I think. But
obviously, I think a lot of you know who Fizzy is, but if you both want to just give a shout out to both your channels, of course you've got your Fizzcriz Underdog Squad series thing on AOR, so you want to give that a shout out?
Yeah, go on, Chris. You can do it.
Alright, Fizzy channels, of course, AOR Fizzy. I guess it's pretty clear. And my channel is Wycombes-Gaming, because for some reason I have to add 2 names in there. So, yeah, that's it, I guess.
That's better than Cube Space Kalon.
Yeah, Kalon's one. When you know Kalon's, wow, okay, that was a bit weird. Before you go, Fizzy, I just want to quickly say that you're my driver of the day. So we didn't run a vote this week because I didn't have time. Because I've had no time. I've been running for a couple of hours in a charity race, as you well know. So I haven't had time. So for me, you were driver of the day for me. So
I'll take that. Personally, I'd say Chris because, you know, obviously, maybe based on expectations, I did better than I would have thought. But yeah, well, actually, yeah, I knew that Chris had a pace for the win if he had a clean race, which finally he did, actually. So.
Anything else, Chris and Marco, you want to say?
Yeah, just good job from you guys on 50 points. I mean, halfway through the championship or more, I guess. So, yeah, keep going.
Yeah, thank you. It's gone better than expected, I guess, but we will keep going.
Yeah, so thank you very much,
You
Fizzy.
were very consistent last season.
You was, yeah. Fizzy is very good, so Fizzy driver of the day banter from Nick. Your
Only
Mr. Highlight
downside
Man,
you
so-
had
Ah, Nick.
because you didn't have a teammate for like more than half a season. So.
Yeah. Fizzy could be getting that shoey down him potentially, maybe. Constructors Championship.
Yeah,
Maybe
Chris,
if
share
I
your full
win,
setup
not-
with him.
If I win the driver championship, I'll do it.
Now, if Wycombs wins the championship, he has to do a shoey. And if you win both the drivers and constructors, you both have to do shoeys. I think that's a fair.
That's fair, yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I think the fans
Can
want
do
to
a
see it
poll
though.
for that.
I think the fans want to see that.
Pressure.
Okay. Chris, do you want to bottle this now?
Yeah, of course. No, I should add I will miss 2 more races this season, so it's going to be tough, really. But you know what happens.
Yep. So thank you very much, Fizzy and Wycombs, and Wycombs, well done for your win once again. And we'll see you both in Hungary next week. So soak it up, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Ta-da!
Move Wycombs out quickly. There we go. So that has been the race. Final thoughts from you both, driver of the days. Obviously, I've mentioned that mine was Fizzy. So, Chris, we'll start with you.
Mine's gonna be Wycombs. He executed that strategy to perfection. Qualifying was, fastest on the mediums. He was just untouchable. He played that brilliantly. Wycombs for me.
Marco?
For me, it was Nuka this time because he has had a lot of bad luck this season, and he did one of the most risky strategies, and it paid off for him in the end. So.
Fair play. So that has been round 8 of the AOR PC Split 1 Championship here at Silverstone. Next race is probably one of my worst tracks I've ever driven in AOR history. It is the Hungaroring, or Magnor Nagadic, as a lot of people like to call it. Next week.
No, Ryan.
I had to say it.
What's with the Nagadic?
I don't know. But it will be on same place, same time, 8 o'clock UK time on both my YouTube channel and Twitch, and also on Chris's Twitch channel as well at King Kodiak, or Ranger Carrot, I think it is.
Ranger Karen 1980.
There you go. Missed the last bit out there. But make sure, guys, you're ready to subscribe and like the video on my side, and also follow Chris's Twitch as well, so you don't miss out on the AOR broadcasts. And also make sure to subscribe to Marco FD's YouTube channel and follow him on Twitter at Marco FD, I believe it is. I could be wrong there, but
FD7.
well, there you go. On there, I always get it wrong. But make sure you also follow us on all our social platforms, of course, if you want to know what we're doing, of course. But we shall see you next week at Hungary. So from Chris,
it is goodbye from me.
Our Finnish Ted Kravitz, Marco.
Major Nagdi, Ryan.
No. Oh dear. And from myself, Ryan L83, of course. And Marco, do you want to have the last word?
Yeah, see you all next week, and see you later.
And for anyone on my YouTube channel, we'll be back tomorrow for a first episode of Make Max Verstappen World Champion, which is going to be interesting. So,
we're gonna teach you some Dutch then, Ryan. Every time
yes, you may
win.
hear some Dutch on the stream. But until next week, guys, in AOR
Marco
PCs.
cry in pain as his language is tortured.
Yep.
No. This will be funny. An Englishman speaking Dutch is always funny.
Yep. But until then, guys, we'll see you next week for Hungary, and it's good night from us. Adios.
Adios.